G'day guys, welcome back. It's ViCi Astralis. We're into game number 1 of IEM Beijing 2019. Can't believe it. We missed the pistol round. That's unfortunate, but it's okay. And we do see that Astralis did pick up the pistol round. So I guess, you know, look, let's be real. We all expected it. We didn't need to see it anyway. We knew what was going to happen. This is where things get interesting. Obviously, a little bit of a buy coming through for ViCi.
Yeah, let's see what they're going to do with that buy. Plenty of utility purchased up, some pistols and armor. Just early utility being thrown out by both teams. ViCi doesn't want to cop any of that additional damage as Astralis does their full banana take. 2 Molotovs down and the smoke deep as they take full control over there, and ViCi set up towards his second mid and brackets area.
Well, they're not doing a whole lot with it, Astralis, at the moment.
No, they're just gathering info over towards banana, but it looks like this is going to be the take in towards bracket from ViCi. Smokes over the A side as well. It's a full execute. Heading over towards jungle.
Oh, device not checked either. Sitting in the cutout. Gonna get an easy 3K. Your boy Jam Young, who you spoke so highly of earlier on, not able to pose much of a threat in this round either. He's off to the old 0-2 start, Philly. Don't want to get too negative just yet, but I think things are progressing as we might have expected.
So far, not so good for ViCi Gaming. They haven't even secured themselves 1 frag with this full investment, which means that, you know, they're going to be pretty broke heading into the next round, have to take a single save. And when you're looking at 5 SMGs across the board, Astralis getting all those kills with the SMGs and then farming up a whole bunch more in the next round, they're going to be so rich heading into that 4th round.
Orman going to try and do a little bit of damage here with the CZ, but I don't know that he's going to get too much done. Should just get shot in the back of the head there. And but it wasn't quite Glaive to get the kill. It was Dupree in the end. Either way, 2-0 for Astralis. All the kills going over to the SMGs. Lots of money built up on the CT side. You're one of the best teams in the world, up against ViCi. You know, you couldn't really ask for a better scenario here for Astralis, could you?
Definitely not, and they're going to be heading through into this round, making even more cash, and I wouldn't even be surprised, particularly if they don't lose too many weapons, for them to just hold on to the SMGs into that 4th round as well and just have a bit of a bonus. See what ViCi's going to do with this couple of pieces of utility. Looks like it's the push into second mid from Astralis, though. Old mate Dupree just heading straight down there. What a flash as well to support him.
Well, that was over before you could really even see anything.
Jesus.
Jam Young, again, not really able to do a whole lot. It was just a pistol there from ViCi. I mean, this seems pretty smart, though, from Astralis, right? They're kind of bullying ViCi. They're sort of setting the pace, setting the tone for this game, and really letting ViCi know that if there was any doubts in their mind, you know, who's on top in this match.
100%. That's what I'm getting excited about. You know, I see an eco score every day of the week, but when you see someone diving straight into second bid and just having his way with the other team, that's when you know they're in bully mode. They don't want to let you get into the game, and this is exactly no respect from Astralis. Look at this, 5 SMGs kept over into this round. It's a full bonus. Wouldn't be surprised to see them win either. It's 3 players over towards that B side of the map.
Yeah, big shots coming through from ViCi as they dive through the smoke. That's soaking to open the account. Glaive down. Not a bad start for ViCi, and in fact might even be the first blood that they've drawn in all of the rounds that we've seen. Grenades coming back from Astralis though. Good utility usage does drop Zoking back down to 11.
It's good stuff from ViCi though. They're taking their time. They're going to regroup back towards this A side of the map after taking that banana control. Smoke on mid just dissipates and they're going to creep their way up middle. Safety in numbers for ViCi Gaming, and as soon as they see someone, they will try to trade those kills out, but Jam Young doesn't even need to do that.
Dropping there as well. Advent does somehow kill Kaze. Specs and Magisk. The last one's alive, and well, now it's only just Magisk. I mean, at this point, you may as well go for it, right? With a UMP, 1v3, like, the chances are pretty reasonable, I feel like, that he could actually pull this off against a team like ViCi.
He's got no kit, though, and he's taken the long way around. I'd say even if he was to kill all 3 of them, he probably wouldn't have even had time to defuse the bomb. Probably just looking for an exit. He's going to grab it. That's $600 in the bank. He upgrades to the AKs, picks up the smoke as well. He'll be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, definitely no reason to go back and save that UMP. I think is more so what I was getting at. But look, that's a pretty reasonable result, I think, for Astralis. Obviously, they lose the round, but they didn't invest anything more than what they already had invested in the previous couple. So plenty of money in the back pocket here. An AK taken through for Magisk. You're not too disappointed.
It's a win for Astralis, really. Even though they didn't win the round, you know, they got quite a few kills on those SMGs. They're able to carry an AK forward, and they did a lot of damage to ViCi Gaming's economy, who have just reduced their loss bonus by 1. They're going to have to drop over some weapons, which means they're all going to be pretty much scraping the bottom of the bank and have very little cash to carry through into the next. And when you're looking at the full buy coming out from Astralis and enough money to be able to potentially buy again in that round following, that's going to be very difficult for ViCi to get themselves rolling on this T side unless they're going to have multiple gun rounds win one in a row consecutively.
Well, that's what they're going to be looking for in this one in particular. A few SGs coming through, the AKs there as well. Good amounts of utility. ViCi going to need to do something with it though. Immediately an early pick into mid, or peek rather I should say, into mid from Astralis. Does give themselves a little bit of information, and now another cutout set up for them. So ViCi going to have to be aware of that as they push their way forward. Soaking jumps around the corner. That's not what you can do at all. And Glaive will get them both. Advent, though, able to trade back, still falls to the Molotov. Kaze just not able to get the better of Magisk either. He's so sharp. Astralis are going to go up 4-1 here, unless Orban does something incredible.
Needs to retrieve the bomb from Bracket, though. This would be the easiest of the 3 duels for him to win here against Magisk, who's on 13 HP.
Uh-oh.
There you go. And, you know, overkills him with the headshot. Why not? Only 2 people to find now, and they are grouping up on Astralis.
He's got a fair bit of time to work with here, so can just work his way through apartments into Boiler, maybe. Can he go all the way around to T-App somehow? Can he get across here? At least take this 1v1 duel. Yes, he can. Great timing. As Zivex gets caught off, and now suddenly starts to look more doable. All you have to do is find one more player. Now, my issue is nothing to cross with, and Device has an AWP.
Yeah, will he be watching the right angle at the right time? He seems to be moving between the chicken pit. Oh, there we go. Just crosses at the wrong time. I mean, he had got across there. You're looking at Device, who doesn't have a kit unless he picks one up, and probably would just recover a rifle and have a decent shot at turning the clutch around. But regardless, that's the money. It's okay for ViCi. I mean, it's not ideal, and I'm not surprised to... Are they going to buy up?
I mean, I thought that was pretty smart, though, from Device. You know, when he's peeking into underpass, he's covered. When he's peeking into mid, obviously, he can take the shot there. It was, no, I'm not going to say an unlosable situation. Obviously, it was losable, but he sort of hedged his bets, gave himself as many opportunities there as he could.
Oh, look at this push down middle, though, from Dupree, getting straight in the face of ViCi once again.
He's made it work as well. Device has. Either way, a 1-for-1. I don't know that Astralis is going to be too disappointed by that, although traditionally you would say a 1-for-1 does favor the T side a little bit. This is Astralis we're talking about, and they have a double AWP in their hands, so Glaive will get another. And I think now the dominoes are going to start to fall for ViCi one by one fairly quickly. When you look at the money here for the T side, it's just not a fun round at all. And the next one won't be either.
No, definitely not. They are going to swap out the Mag 10s for a couple of better weaponries, so at least they have rifles to try to contest with in a round like this. But when they have limited utility and there's 2 AWPs on the map and they've got themselves limited map control, they're going to have to use a fair bit of that utility, taking that map control, a single flash to be able to make sure that they can get banana control. That prompts Zipnik's back on the rotation from jungle, so it's 2 apiece on each site. So at least that has forced them to get a man advantage sort of duel over on this ace site. But can they take advantage of it?
Nope. Device is going to fall back and play the next angle. Doesn't connect that shot, but still has the backup here of Magisk. And okay, look, Magisk goes down to Jam Young. Your guy, he's hitting some shots, Billy, but he's got a 1v3 against Astralis, and well, that's a good one. The specs through the smoke. Too good. I mean, there's only one place that he could have gone, so very, very smart spray.
Just pre-firing straight through the smoke. That's going to secure Astralis that round, and that's going to be ViCi's money temporarily reset. It will only be the singular eco before they get straight back into things. Interesting to see an Astralis timeout after winning a round like that.
Maybe just trying to get in the heads of ViCi. Maybe deciding what they want to do with the double AWP.
Did have Glaive pick it up. So that was interesting.
Yeah, he hit a couple of shots. I don't think he did too poorly. If they're going to set him up on the B bomb site as he was in that last round, I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue here for Astralis. Particularly with the amount of money that ViCi's got here. I mean, you think about the utility that they'll have to try and push him off the line, and it is not going to be quite a huge amount. Unless they're sacrificing weapons, which means you're sacrificing weapons, unfortunately.
So this is about the best sort of buy you can squeeze out with trying to get a good buy in the next, or at least a decent buy. You do have the AK armor on Jam Young, and then pistols and armor and a few pieces of utility. Definitely can contest this round, but Astralis pushing straight down middle, showing no respect once again.
Well, what did we really expect? Magisk has indeed spotted Zoking. We'll just hold his fire for a moment, but gets a lot of information. Kaze cowering away on the T-stairs. Actually, we'll get a fairly decent amount of damage through there, but not able to pick up the kill. And now it's all onto Orman, who, with P250, is actually going to finish off both dupreeh and Magisk.
You do have Jam Young pushing through. Apps might have found himself in the crucial position to backstab these CTs on the A bomb site. If he chooses his timing correctly, he could be just win the round here for ViCi.
Has he? I don't think he has.
Uh-oh. Unfortunate. There you go, getting a bit too ahead of himself, trying to make his way down the hay cart and loses that advantage. Glaive on the off angle now might be able to find a kill on one of these Ts.
Oh, I thought he was going to hold his shot there, but actually elects to take the shot and then gets flashed off the corner. Now it starts to get a bit difficult. This one goes through the box, and all of a sudden Glaive is dead. It's a 1v2 though for Orman. He's got himself an M4, but by God, this is not going to be an easy round to win for him.
Yeah, Astralis has a bunch of utility. That's just one of the Molotovs being thrown in there. They had another one as well. There's not really much moving room there for Orman in a situation like that. If he makes his way to Ruins, they're going to smoke him off. If he heads to New Box, he's going to get mollied out. There's really not a whole lot he can do.
No, it's clinical right now from Astralis. And when you consider the one round that ViCi have won was really what would be considered a save round from Astralis. It doesn't paint a pretty picture here. This could just as easily be 7-0, I think, if Astralis actually would have invested into round number 4, as opposed to taking the SMGs through. Finally, the economy's starting to come back in the favour of ViCi. They've got a good buy through here, but...
And they've kept it pretty expensive for Astralis, so this could be an opportunity for ViCi to start to get back on top of things. They win a round like this and win the consecutive one, then they can start to reset Astralis and build some rounds up. But it's a big if. They haven't really looked too convincing so far.
No, certainly not. Kaze on the screen right now is, I think, going to be a big proponent of the success of ViCi, if indeed there is to be any success.
Oh, Kaze getting a little lucky there. Device just falling off the angle at the correct time. Doesn't get picked. Again, Glaive just full Nana control.
Such ease, really, in taking control of Banana there as well.
They have 5 smokes still. They haven't even used one yet.
Well, it doesn't look like they're going to use one for quite a while. Glaive might inevitably be smoked off by Zipex, and I think now might be the time, but they continue to hold on to it. You know, they've got
yeah, exactly.
Balls of steel, Astralis.
It's going to be like 30 seconds till they start to throw out their last smoke. 105, the first one goes. Then you're probably going to see Glaive just post on that angle. You even have dupreeh with an extra smoke rotating back around. But it is actually bracket that ViCi's gone for. Are they going to commit? Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I mean, they get bracket, but Astralis have read this perfectly.
Yeah, dupreeh's got the smoke and the Molotov to drop down. You've got Glaive who could throw down another smoke on the choke point with 45 seconds to go. This is looking terrible for ViCi. They're going to have to be running through a smoke here.
Well, they're going to have to do their best. Flashes are going to come across. Zoking on the entry. Can't get Glaive, and Zipex will peek. Gets a second as well. Way too easy from Astralis. Just great fundamentals on the bomb site there. And ViCi have no idea where to look when there's one guy peeking from the left, one guy peeking from the right, one guy's in the middle. And they just get the timing perfect.
They didn't even have to drop the smoke at the end of the day. dupreeh just drops the Molotov on that rotate through from jungle, and they have the 2-man set up in the site. And ViCi, they don't hit a single one of those entries onto any of the Astralis players, get completely shut down. They're looking very flat at this point. Surprised they haven't taken a timeout to try and get themselves rolling once again. I think this is a game where, you know, it hasn't even been 10 minutes and they're already getting shut out. They need to sort of take a pause and rethink what they're doing and try to, you know, grind back 1 or 2 rounds and get the confidence rolling, because at the moment this is just a steamroll.
It certainly is. I don't know that necessarily, you know, it would be the worst situation right now for ViCi, like mentality-wise. You probably go into this game thinking, okay, we're probably going to get wrecked. So let's not get too caught up on the details. Magisk, the SG, has posted himself on the line. Does not quite actually hold on to that third spray. So Advent's able to trade him out. Now Orman collects another one as well, but Device is in such a good spot through the wall, though. He gets the shot, and now a collateral. There goes Advent. Orman is the last alive, but not for very long at all. Device,
dear God,
is... I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing bad things. He's been a very naughty boy.
They're just, Astralia's playing with full confidence, and ViCi's getting shot on angles that they're not even ready for, running out of carpets. They're not ready for that player open in Graveyard. It's just, you know, you see the pause start to come out now. I like that. I would have even liked to see it earlier than this, because the thing is, right, okay, their mentality might feel fine, but I can tell you, you know, from an underdog's perspective, some of these games can really run away from you very, very fast. And if you don't take that extra, you know, minute, 45 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever it is, to just sort of recollect yourself and try to, you know, get your head back in the game, sometimes you can find yourself in this exact situation. You're down 8-1 as ViCi. What, you're telling me that you're going to be able to run back 6 rounds in a row?
Nope.
There's no way you're going to be able to do that. At this point, you're taking the pause and you're going, can we try and get 2 to 3 rounds? Can we take this save and then think about getting, you know, 6 rounds? It's not even good enough at that point.
Yeah, like what's the... I don't know. You obviously can't speak for ViCi, but I feel like going into this game, you know, their objective isn't even necessarily to win. It's like, let's just try and make this series competitive.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's give ourselves a good base to build off going into that losers match.
And for Astralis, they're like, okay, let's make it through the group stage for the millionth time, and let's not show too many of the things we've been working on, if you've been working on anything, going from tournament to the other teams to read off of. Not that any of them are going to really be watching this game.
Well, I guess
that's the whole thing with beating an underdog. That's why you're seeing, you know, them playing hyper-aggressive and playing off angles. They want to win without giving anything away.
Well, that's the benefit, I guess, of playing against a team like ViCi early on in the piece. It's stuff like this. I mean, Majors gets one, Zipex gets another, and Device still sitting in the cutout. Nothing to be done for ViCi. They're stuck behind a smoke, and yet they're still losing their players. Like, how even, you know? It doesn't even look like anyone from Astralis is peeking these angles. And all of a sudden, the round is over. 9-1. The pause, obviously, you know, you think about that more for this round than for last round. But that wasn't a particularly confidence-building round, I don't think, for ViCi. So
I feel like every single strat that they've run and every single thing ViCi Gaming has tried to do, the second that they've made contact with an Astralis player, they're losing 2 for 1. Every single time, you know, they're not able to, they haven't got a single clean entry for most of this game. It's always just, oh, we're losing 2 players and then we kill 1 player and then the rotator comes in. It's just not good enough. You need to get yourself a definitive advantage, and now you're trying to run up Banana into a bunch of HE grenades into 3 players.
Running up Banana against a team like Astralis as well, one of the teams that's kind of quintessentially utility-based in their control.
I mean,
of
they're the pioneers of that Banana control anyway.
Soaking hits a great entry, by the way. The glaive goes down, but it just doesn't matter.
Dear God.
As soon as you see 1 kill for ViCi, there's like 3 or 4 straight away for Astralis.
That's exactly what I'm telling you,
and
you know?
It's not even like 1 player. It's literally every Astralis player. Magisk has been doing it. Device has doubled down. Glaive's doubled down.
Yep.
I guess maybe you could say, okay, Dupree hasn't had a big double kill. But
No,
like,
what about him going into second mid?
all right, well then, Zipex. Has he had one?
Well, I watched
All
demos.
right,
I've watched.
me.
Look,
You've convinced me.
Honestly, I've watched demos of Zipex on this map, and I have seen him just stare at new box for like a minute and 10 seconds multiple times, and just do nothing. So I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't get a multi-frag.
Yeah, I mean, look, what I'm trying to say is, it's all of them. That's the problem for ViCi. It's not just one guy.
Oh,
Kaze, he sees the third. Can he get the shot? No!
He can't do it. There you go. You doubted Zipex.
Yeah. No, I didn't doubt him. Of course I didn't doubt him.
That was the 1v1 as well, obviously. The spec bug. It says that it's someone on B. That's a lie. No one believe it. The minimap's out to get you.
Oh, it's fixed.
Beautiful.
Oh, Kaze. See, I sort of said like earlier, I was like, Kaze has to be the guy. Like, if ViCi's going to get anything done, it's on Kaze. Maybe I'm too much of a fanboy of Asian AWPers, because like, you know, me and Asian AWPers kind of have this thing.
Well, here's the thing, right? They picked Inferno, and they're going into the T side. Hold that thought.
Yeah, I don't think it matters too much. I mean, actually only a 1 for 1, so that's pretty good for ViCi. I thought it was going to be more of the same, where he just sprays a couple down.
Yeah, but then you got Glaive pushing bottom Banana. You got Device on the off angle, who if they try to rush him down, Dupree's covering him in the close position. Never gets easier for ViCi. There's always a, okay, they can get this entry, but then. There's always a but then, you know? There's a refresh on the Banana smoke. ViCi in a decent position at 115, but they're going to try and retake Banana.
And they haven't seen Glaive here before, so too easy for Glaive as he sprays down a couple. Zipex, well, he probably could have actually got that trade. Either way, that's a really commendable result for Astralis, and then Device does that.
Well, trying to make a hard read that no one's in towards carpet.
Well, didn't have a... Needs to go back to school and learn how to read, Pilly.
Unfortunate. There you go. Turns out, Counter-Strike.
He couldn't read Chinese. He can't read Chinese. That's
that's what it was.
Needs to learn Chinese.
Yep. Apartment. What's apartment in Chinese? Gonna have to write that one down for the future.
Well, Astralis are going to be faced with, I think, their first retake.
Yep. But Dupree's in a premium position to come back in with Zoking on only, 3 HP. He needs to pretty much hit the head or he's dead. Or come out on the off-angle timing.
There's a HE nade here for Dupree. If he just chucks that into pit, Zoking's dead. Same with the incendiary, quite frankly.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to make the tell that he's up on carpet, which is why he goes out wide like that.
Well, now Zipex has it all to do as well. And ViCi finally are going to be able to pick up a round. Nicely done. What can they build off of this? Are they able to make it to 3 or 4? 4? You reckon 4?
But no, probably not. Like,
Wow.
Here's the thing. Every round of theirs is just such a struggle that they're able to try to even win it out. And even then, like, you're looking at that scenario, that's probably favourable for Astralis, you would say.
Yeah.
Especially based off the utility. You're talking about woulda, shoulda, coulda. You see Debris, he's holding that pit area. You pretty much expect a T to peek out and just look for someone coming out carpet, or you saw Advent was actually holding the wide angle for him, playing contact off of Advent. It was a good setup from ViCi.
Yeah.
But how many opportunities are they really going to get like that?
Well,
The problem is not many, and the rest of the time they're just getting completely shut out.
At least they take that opportunity, That's the kind of a round that you need to win as ViCi. It's
sure.
a 2v2. It's a winnable round. Some of these rounds have actually just not been winnable. Astralis has sort of banged them out of the server before ViCi had a chance to do anything.
Definitely.
So at least when you get into those sort of 50-50 rounds where you could argue there's a chance, you can't have to take that as ViCi. So that is at least good to see. That is something that I'll give credit to ViCi for. You're going to need to see it again, though. Obviously, a lot of money in the back pocket of ViCi, able to buy through again in this round. I mean, I say a lot of money. Probably a lot in the context of this game. In the context of CSGO as a whole, maybe not as much as they would have liked. Either way, it's a workable buy. But they just get bullied out of Banana once again by Astralis.
Devices on the off angle as well. He just darts back through the smoke. The progression smoke into jungle doesn't slow him down whatsoever.
Dupree cleans up Orman as well. That's a clothesline for sure. Timing almost there for Device, but then Advent shoots him down through the smoke. Into a 3v3. Another chance here for ViCi and another one that they have to take a grasp of.
Oh, I love this double pit setup as well for ViCi. They've got a re-smoke for the jungle side position if they want to use it. Kaze's got a molly and he's over in towards carpet.
Well, you're not going to necessarily be expecting 2 in pit here for Astralis, and actually they're going to give the round up.
Yep.
They know that they don't have the money to really contest this one. So, well, now it's finally starting to swing a little bit back towards ViCi. If you were looking at this half in terms of percentages, I'd say right now it's probably 90-10. 90% to 10% the favor of Astralis, but this starts to shift about like 85% now. ViCi's starting to claw a little back in.
Yeah, I think Astralis is already happy with the amount of rounds that they have.
Oh, yeah.
They're kind of just autopiloting their way through the rest of this half if they weren't already on autopilot.
But it's nice to see ViCi showing some degree of fight back.
Oh, for sure.
Not just falling over and dying in this match.
Well, here's the thing. This is the most critical round of them all at this point. Because they can potentially break Astralis here, and if they're able to win without letting Astralis hold on to any weapons.
Well, you said no way to 4. If they get this, then it'll be probably 5.
This could be 5. But then again, I wouldn't even count Astralis out on the force.
No, definitely not.
Because that's going to be a high util force. And they could just use utility to win the round, usually.
Probably. But it does still come down to whether or not ViCi can win this round. Immediately, Kaze cops a fair bit of damage. Jam Young a little bit there as well. And Glaive goes for the push. I mean, it's non-stop aggression from Astralis, isn't it?
He's not even the cart player. he's the B player.
Well, they just want to keep pushing the extremities, keeping ViCi on their toes. And as ViCi right now, you're thinking, like, where's the next guy going to come from? Which angle do I have to watch?
I think Glaive do like 3 different things this game, and that's what Astralis have been doing for ages. That's what they kind of got famous for. Yeah. I mean, apart from winning trophies, that is, it's just especially on this map, being able to change up who's playing what position to completely throw off how you sort of try to read the game.
It's Device that's over toward the B bomb site this time, which was, as you say, traditionally Glaive's domain with the secondary AWP. But a bit of a change up from Astralis. What's Majus doing? Is he on a bit of an expedition towards B? No decides better of it. Goes back to A, so it's 3 on the site, or roughly speaking at least, for Astralis. Things slow down a little bit for ViCi.
Going to try and go through dig side and smoke off the site, but the smoke blowing down on carpets.
Oh, it's a big crossfire that they're going to have to deal with. Glaive sets himself and doesn't quite get 2. But Dupree is there looking for the trade, and he won't get much either. Still one more to deal with, though, for ViCi. Magisk, and he has been a standout today for Astralis. Might just well get this done himself. Orman picks the bomb up, but Magisk spots him. That is the round over. Astralis up to 11-3. And could you ever doubt them?
Definitely not. I mean, it's not the same sort of situation for ViCi as it is for Astralis in that last round, though. They can actually put together somewhat of a buy in this one, a pretty decent one. Maybe they'll struggle for one weapon unless Advent can drop over an AK.
Mm.
Maybe a Galil instead. Yep, drops over a Galil to Jamyoung, so not too bad. See if they can make anything out of this, but a much more convincing buy from Astralis than they would have had in this round had they lost. Progression smoke up Banana to try and put Allman in position because they have had a lot of problems taking Banana control and converting that into anything. The most success that they've had is over towards this A bomb site time and time again.
Again, pretty good utility usage here from Astralis in Banana. It just keeps tickling away at ViCi. Taking a little bit of their HP here and there, putting Kaze to a one-shot, although he didn't have head armor anyway. Advent, of course. Lots of tiny little incremental advantages that go the way of Astralis, and they inevitably capitulate on top of each other in the end of the round.
Well, ViCi have that Banana control now at least, but with Device on the off angle, it's something where even if they were to sort of progress up and try to take any firmer sort of control, they could potentially lose a player. Regardless, ViCi just going to hold on to that and now make their way back towards the A side of the map, try to take control of Bracket. But Glaive in position, just pushes forward, doesn't actually find anything. It's a 1-for-1 with the Molotov. That's going to be Bracket control for ViCi, but with 45 seconds on the clock, they need to turn this into something.
Just look at how much utility there's still available here for Astralis. I wonder whether that's going to get used or not. Dupree spams through the smoke. Advent charges forward. The flash is good. Dupree does inevitably fall. It took a while for ViCi, but they got the job done. Now they have to deal with Zipex, and they'll do that quite adequately as well. Big question though now for ViCi, where do they go? And they go toward the A bomb site. That's where Magisk is, hiding in the corner with an SG. Advent through the smoke, it gets deleted, but probably not quickly enough by Magisk. And the trade comes across, so now winnable for ViCi. Device though in a 1v2, both these players relatively low for ViCi.
Oh, no.
And he's caught Kaze for free. Now it's on to Jamyoung, who hasn't made any noise just yet. Device is going to chuck the HE nade in towards Diggity. Not going to spot anything out there, but Jamyoung gives away his position, and now Device, this surely is his round to lose. The Deagle comes out, and Jamyoung goes down.
He's thrown it in the bin, Jordan. He's a little bit too young. First map against the #2 team in the world. That's definitely a clutch he should be converting, and that's very unfortunate. Not that would have made much of a difference. 12-3 versus 11-4.
Yeah, definitely not the half that ViCi wanted, but for Astralis, off to the exact start that they needed here at IEM Beijing. It's a 12-3 first half there for Astralis over ViCi. Inferno was the map. ViCi's map choice as well, Pilly. Doesn't seem like things are going too well for the home crowd favourites. I mean, is ViCi the home crowd favourites or is that Tyloo? I don't know. Either way, they probably would rather see ViCi winning here than Astralis, but that's just not happening.
Yeah, if you're confused as to why you're seeing us on the screen, it's not the end of the game yet. I know it feels
feels
like that
like it.
already, but we actually still have a whole nother half to play through. I don't know if ViCi's going to get a whole nother half, though. Look, best case scenario on this CT side, they get this pistol and they get their economy rolling nice and good, you know?
Nice and good.
Nice and good.
Yep.
And then maybe they can make something happen. If they lose the pistol, then they're never going to get their economy rolling. They're probably just dead.
Double utility buy from ViCi here on the pistol. So Orman has a HE, Advent has a HE, and Astralis are going A. So this probably couldn't have worked out any worse, actually, for ViCi. Absolutely not. And so it's going to really rely on Zoking and Jamyoung to hit some good shots here. Need to get 1 or 2 kills, and they do. Jamyoung and Zoking combining one apiece, and now Magisk stuck in a bit of a crossfire. Once those rotators come across, these HE nades are going to come into full effect, I'm sure. Oh, maybe they're not even required. Orman hits a headshot with the USP as well, and then down to 1 here for Astralis. This is the most convincing round so far that ViCi have played. Will they be able to finish things off? We've seen clutches with the pistol before. Maybe it's time for Magis to build a highlight reel here as well. Jamyoung not interested in entertaining that idea.
Double pit setup, so hard to break. Even after that clean entry, the 5-on-4, as soon as they headed into that double pit setup, it was just too much for Astralis to deal with. And considering the fact they didn't purchase a single piece of utility and went for 5 armor, that was quite hard for them to deal with. No Molotovs to flash players out of position, no flashes to close the distance. And that's going to be ViCi coming away with that one. No buy up from Astralis, just a full save is going to give opportunity to these 4 SMGs to make some cash.
Oh, there's a couple of P250s there for Magisk and Zipex.
This needs to be clean. 5 alive for ViCi. They can't afford to be losing any guns here. They need to build up their money so that when the tough times actually do get rolling,
One went down to 12 HP.
Then they can have some money to fall back on.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
you've got to save money for a rainy day, Jordan.
They just need to do exactly what Astralis did to them.
Yeah, you were telling me about investing the other day. You got to hold on to your cash nice and early.
That's right.
So that later on you can have some money to buy yourself a nice, I don't know,
grenade, hand grenade.
Hand grenade. I don't know. That's what I'd be investing in. I'm not sure where you would even buy one of those in Sydney, to be honest.
I don't know that you could. Honestly, I don't think that you could buy a hand grenade.
Probably not.
Maybe if you worked in mining or something and you had to blow some sort of cavern up or something.
Bit more of a probably C4 detonator charge. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, there's one of the P250s going to use, and well, now a Glock. So that's what I sort of was hoping to avoid. You know, I didn't want to say anything, but ViCi against pistols.
Oh, please check the corner. You got to check it. Checked it. Oh,
he does.
Just
He's vacuumed him up. He's just hoovered him.
I thought that was a stapler.
Yeah, it could be.
I don't know that you can do any vacuuming with
Dupree
that.
with a P250. 3 headshots, all he needs. Won't get even 1.
Okay, so I can tell you that might be a win for ViCi Gaming, but not really. Because you're looking at Astralis, they get the bomb plant, they get a whole bunch extra utility that they wouldn't have had in the first place. They break down ViCi's economy a little bit more, and that's going to make them a little bit more resettable heading into the next round than they might have been previously.
Resetty spaghetti.
That's it. The worst kind of spaghetti.
Oh, I like that kind of spaghetti.
Yeah, I'll agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Some like cream sauces, some like tomato sauces. I like just a normal olive oil sauce, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
No bolognese?
Basic.
The more you know. Thought you were a bit more of an adventurous man, but it turns out you are not. Astralis, however, have begun their adventure on the T side now with some decent weaponry and utility.
They're going to try and go take some banana control, and I'm not sure they're going to be that disturbed by all of these Molotovs and smokes being thrown in. Look at ViCi, he just pushes straight up and gets one straight through the smoke. It's actually Glaive covering him. Another one. That's just worst case scenario for ViCi, losing 2 players trying to take banana and not even taking any damage away.
Now it's time for Zoking to step up. He's the last line of defense. He's got to be Batman here. Astralis, though, I'm not sure they're going to fall too easily, and they won't. That'll be easy entry into the B bomb site, and you got no real option here as ViCi but to save.
That's just, I feel like that's just the end of the game though, because like this is the first sort of, this is like them pushing the snowball over the cliff.
Okay.
And it's only just going to continue rolling forward more and more and more just because of how the economy affects ViCi from this point on.
Well,
They
yeah.
had full utility.
Mm.
They didn't even show that they could really use it to take that banana control. You know, Astralis is pretty adept at navigating their way through the utility, all the different situations. They've played those situations out millions and millions of times.
Yeah.
So,
Been really on the ball with the analogies today, Pilly.
am I?
Yeah, the spaghetti and then the whatever that last one was.
Retirement
Retirement
fund.
everything.
Yeah, ViCi doesn't have any.
What's
any
the analogy
retirement
for
fund.
this game? Astralis versus ViCi.
That's
That's the pretty good analogy.
it's
That's literally all it is. You don't need to say anything else.
throw me and a 6-year-old in a boxing ring.
Whoa.
I'm talking about the 6-year-old being Astralis in this case.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say. All right, ViCi. Get in that boxing ring.
Show us what you got with your 6 years of experience on this earth. All right, Famouses, SMGs, utilities. These are all things that ViCi have. Can they put it to any use, though? It is just a much more heavily skewed setup towards carpets, which probably means a quick bust through carp from Astralis, just walking up there. Glaive probably just going to set them up with a flash over chimney. And then they're going to be piling out onto Jamyoung. Can the young man deal with the pressure?
At the moment, not even being given the opportunity. Finally spots out Zipex. Doesn't hold on long enough to get Magis, though. So it's a pretty good entry into the bomb site from Astralis. And once again, ViCi cowering away on the other side of the map. A few players in the B bomb site looking to save their guns. But God, look at the guns. They're terrible.
Don't even save them.
Why are you even saving?
Yeah, I mean,
Is it worth it? I guess.
but that's why they needed to win that last round, Jordan,
That's
right?
like when you save the $1 McDonald's cheeseburger because you got it on the app and then you want to eat it like 3 days later. You eat it 3 days later and it's like terrible. Should have just eaten it now, ViCi, I reckon.
Yeah, but even if you eat it now, it's still bad.
Yeah, but at least it's not as bad. You know?
Still pretty bad. Oh, man. It never gets any better for ViCi Gaming. They're heading into the next round. You know, Kaze, 2.2k. What's he going to get? Probably
Not an AWP.
not an AWP, but a rifle and armor, maybe.
He's going to get 1 chicken nugget. And Astralis are here with a family meal each.
Yep. They're all eating. 14 and 5 on your map pick. It's not going well. I don't know what to say apart from that. I mean, heading forward onto Nuke, it's probably going to go from bad to worse unless someone like Zoking really steps up for them in the next map. You're going to be really sort of struggling to find a reason why ViCi can make this a competitive series. Can I just, you know, I just wonder, Jordan, obviously Inferno is a map that they play for quite a while.
Yeah.
If you've got someone like Kaze, they're just really not very much picking maps that are going to have Kaze hard carry you.
Has Kaze been hard carry form lately, though?
Not
I don't
really.
think so.
No.
Well, Glaive, this will be, I was going to say too easy for him, but in fact, actually, Advent gets 2. 1 with the nade, and then just pistols Glaive in the face. So that's actually worked out pretty well for ViCi. Orman hanging around here as well. Can he get much more done? Not really. Just dives into that smoke and ends up getting cleaned up by Dupree. Now it's on to Kaze to try and do his best Happy impression. There's 1. But he doesn't have happy feet. Has to go back through the smoke.
Look,
That'll
his
allow
face says
Astralis
it
to
all.
decide.
Fake enthusiasm at this point.
Or Dupree seeing Kaze as well. So he's on a bit of a mission now. Slowly but surely. A matter of time, really, before Kaze goes down. And now just Jamyoung, the new player, to the roster. And try and clutch out the 1v2. Doesn't avoid the flashbang, but a good trade from Astralis.
Yeah, that was the save round from ViCi Gaming, though. Or, you know, just holding onto those extra guns, trying to upgrade some pistols to give yourself a decent chance at winning it. Now Kaze's got his hands on an AWP, a glass cannon. Rest of the lads picking up some still lackluster weaponry or utility. Either you've got to sacrifice your weapon in the case of Zoking and Advent, or you've got to go down to less utility on Orman or Jamyoung.
Is old Jam better or young Jam better?
That's actually an interesting question.
Aged Jam. I've never really heard of that. Orman almost standing in a Molotov. This grenade does nothing. somehow. Thought it was going to do a little bit more than that, but Kaze and Orman certainly copped the brunt of a bit of utility and spam from Astralis.
Yep. Now they're going to throw down their last 3 or 4 smokes and flashbangs, and eventually Astralis is going to go into the bomb site, kill them all, and it's going to be over. Look how much damage they've already taken. They've got no utility. They haven't got good weapons. There's literally no reason why ViCi would win this round. 1 minute 14, Astralis has banana control. They have a player in carp. They can go back towards that bracket side.
Look, maybe you just need to have faith, Pilly.
Look, the only faith I can possibly have is Advin and Orman have... Never mind, he just got naded from the half wall over to Coffins. I mean, the counter flash and then the Molotov, and maybe Zokin could dive through the smoke and get 1 or 2. That could happen.
Well, we're going to have to find out. It actually does go straight through the smoke, and he very nearly did get 2. Not able to control the spray enough onto the first player, and all things considered, a 2 for 2 there for Astralis is great. Excellent on the entry. And now it's onto Kaze, who's got 16 HP. Jam Young with the M4 still on the rotate over, and even look at Dupree wrapping around on the A side.
Yeah, but he's actually the one with utility, so there's nothing to stop ViCi from moving forward, grabbing the Molotov, grabbing the kit, and actually trying to go for this. Never mind.
How about that?
That might stop him. Yeah, Jam Young looking about as confused as you'd expect. Yeah, that pretty much says it all. That's the end of the game. Astralis in some new bashing form to open their game here at IEM Beijing.
Yeah, there certainly are. 22 kills there for